Motherfuckers like to hear me talk. This is my honest review of being an entrepreneur. If you don't know who I am, my name is Mike. I've been plumbing and for 11 years. I own a construction slash plumbing company and based off Oceanside, San Diego County. And a lot of people ask me what it's like. And one of the things like Alex Ramosi said is like, dude, I wish I recorded more about how much this shit suck. And a lot of people always ask me, hey, any advice to start my own business? And like Elon Musk says, haha, just don't. And I'll show you just one example of like how everyone thinks it's like, everyone has a dream like, hell yeah, I'm gonna start my own business. But this is a little bit of reality. So this dick right here is obviously a troll, but he hit a bunch of businesses and gave them 1-star reviews. And obviously he hit me because you can see that's my business right there. But obviously this motherfucker can't be in Roseville, California. He can't be in this other city right here. So look at this guy. He's just attacked every fucking poor company out there in LA in the last 23 hours. It's just a bot, Nothing big, nothing, But like, dude, you know how hard it is to get reviews? Like, to get 5-star reviews, and this fucking attacks you every day. And that's like that's the best way to explain this entrepreneurship, because you're always getting attacked. You're always getting attacked by random fucking people. You're trying to get extorted, and I wish I would tell you this. It's like it's worth it. You got to keep in mind what type of person you got to be. Number one, I saw this video that says like you have to have like, you think most millionaires are super smart. Most millionaires are just people that have severe ADHD and just focus on one thing. And I think that's what it is for me. You got to keep in mind the type of kid I was the type of kid that would never sit still in class. I couldn't sit still. I was all over the place. I always got kicked out of the classroom, like since elementary, middle school, high school. One of the famous words would be like, hey, Mike, Miguel, go talk to the fucking tree. And I was like, God damn. That's when I was being too disrupted through the class. So, well, number one, I don't like being like sat still. Like, I can't sit still. I'm all over. I'm always thinking. I'm all over the place. So, having a job for me, I just can't have a job because I don't like being told what to do. I also don't like inefficiencies. It's like, have you guys seen The Good Doctor, where he's like autistic as fuck, but he's super smart? That's how it comes to me with plumbing. So I've never been diagnosed because I don't like to go to a doctor, but like I know like I'm all over the place. I have like severe probably ADHD, and I'm always all over the place. So that's the thing that people don't understand. Everyone is all like, oh, I'm gonna start my business so I could manage my own time, do whatever I fucking want. Yesterday I was at Disneyland and I was still working. So, and also you gotta keep in mind, for someone like me, fucking Disneyland's the worst place for me. Number one, I don't like to give up control. You gotta be like a control freak to be an entrepreneur. Number one, you make me wait in fucking line for like 30, 40 minutes just to enjoy like 1 or 2 minutes of a ride. Like, that's hell for me. And number two, you put me in a situation where there's so many random people that I don't know. And then worst thing, you strap me down to a ride that I have no control of. Like, one of the biggest things, like, I always like to be in the driver's seat. I always want to be in control of everything. And that's just me. So you got to look at the type of person you are to be a business owner. Like, you have to have these characteristics. And one biggest thing is entrepreneurs take massive risks, like super massive risks, and are not afraid to lose everything. Because at the end of the day, you don't have anything. And that's one of the key features. You have to take massive risk. And on December, when I went to the acquisition, Alex Ramosi, I was like one of the youngest, like out of math. I was like, well, there's, I think, another person my age, which I'm 29. I'm 29 right now. Was only like one other person or two, maybe two people that were my age that were like 29 and below 30s. Everyone else was around 50 years old on average. And they asked the questions because it was held in Las Vegas, and they asked like, how many of you guys went to gamble? And none of them rose their hands. And I was like, what the hell? I like to gamble. And I always talking about like if you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to take massive of risk and you might lose it all. But I call those people slow entrepreneurs. You could get super fucking rich if you invest your money slowly and do the right moves. Take get constant promotions. Don't waste your money. Like I know a lot of people that have saved their money and they're doing pretty well. But the thing with that is it takes time. And you're fighting other stuff like depending on what you like. If you buy the house in the right market, you could double, triple your money. And but they take slow amount. They take good risk, but it takes forever. So it might take, like if you look at Elon Musk and other people, Elon Musk was living in a fucking his office at my age, and that's what people don't understand. They see all these people on the internet, and they get the fastest way to get money is through the internet. But you see all these people that gamble, that promote gambling, and you know these influencers, and then the kids think like, "Oh, that's how I'm gonna get rich." Not really. That's not how you get rich. You could get rich slowly, and that's the best way to get rich. But to be, I think, classified as an entrepreneur, you got to take massive amount of risk and not be afraid of all. And like the biggest things that people say, like, "Oh, I want to be an entrepreneur, so I could get girls, I could have the drive nice cars." And one of those people things is you got to understand the chances of you being successful is like less than fucking 5%. I know I'm more likely not to be unsuccessful, but you got to keep in mind the person I am. I can't have a job. I can't listen to people. I can't. I'm always like trying to change stuff. So I think you have to have like a mental illness of not liking being told what to do and just being like this was from the beginning since elementary. I could not sit still. I do not want to. I don't like being told what to do. So I think you have to. You could get rich slowly, but real entrepreneurs, they fucking they don't like being told what to do. And like I said, this is one thing I need to do because if I know myself, if I'm not always busy or not, I'm not working on something, and money is not the goal. Like people trip out when I was like, dude, like money is not my goal. I mean, it's a side effect of the disease of entrepreneurship. Like none of these guys, we're more addicted of the climb up, the winning, because it's just a game. People always say you're more likely to have a six pack than be a millionaire. You know that, like, you're more likely to have six pack of abs than be a fucking millionaire. And that's what I say with the Good Doctor. I know so many random facts that people trip out. They're like, dude, how do you know all this shit? You go to college? I'm like, nah, dude. I tell you, severe probably ADHD. I'm all over the place. And you could always see in the videos how I lose my train of thought. And that's the thing, is that you gotta create a system that works. People don't realize, like, even the reviews, like, you gotta be doing so many things. When you start your business, you don't have enough money to pay people to do stuff. And if you look at 5 years ago where I am now, like, the number is growing, like, slowly. And depending on what type of business, Alex Hormozi says there's four type of business: e-commerce, small service. I own a small service, so every year it slowly grows and slowly grows and grows and grows and grows. So the more I do this, the more customers I have that know me, the more the brand grows. So it does get easier, but you got to be crazy and delusional to think. You got to keep in mind who I'm going against. I'm going against private equity. The average person that you see their little truck that tries to start their own business is not my enemy. We're all fighting against private equity, BlackRock, that's willing to drop tens of millions of dollars, buying out all the competition in your area, and advertise and make Google leads so expensive that you can't advertise. How do I know these guys are not paying fucking bots in India? They're like, hey, dude, the game is not fair. Like, if you understand how the game works, the game is not fucking fair. So how do I know these guys are not paying bots to attack business like me? I don't fucking know that. This could be just random. Like, you dude, go fuck with this guy, because you know how hard it is to be someone on, like, I know as soon as I get a bad review that's a bot, I report it. Because as you can see, like, I'm not the only one that got attacked. There's like 30 other businesses that got attacked. But how many of those businesses are reviewing their fucking, their Google profile like me. Then that's what I'm saying. I'm watching every little fucking data, and we are increasing. But what people think is like people think it's like I've been doing this for 5 years. People think it's like a skyrocket. It's not. It's like a little pebble at a time. You're like dee, 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 and you're slowly growing. But one day it all works out, and that's why every entrepreneur is like. If you look at Elon Musk, he fucking blew I think 3 rockets. I'm not controlled before SpaceX like actually became successful. It blew like 2 to 3 fucking rockets, like destroyed them. Hundreds of $1 millions wasted, years wasted, and it's like let's go again and do it anything. And that's like real entrepreneur. Like you think you're doing good, and then you lose it all, and you're like, fuck. Let's keep doing it again. So you gotta have like a severe addiction to this shit, because this is hell. Every day you're fucking stressed out. You want to know why my fucking left eye is twitching? Either 2 things. I got Bell's palsy, so half my face became paralyzed. Either I got an infection or it was just due to the amount of stress. I think it was an infection because the week before my ear was hurting. So I don't think, because I never get stressed out. Like this doesn't stress me out. I perform better under pressure. I'm the type of kid that was like, if the teacher gave me a month to do an essay, the night before I would do it. So I perform good under pressure, and that relaxes me, which is weird to say. Like if it's when I have free time, it's when I go crazy and I start thinking about stuff. So I cannot sit still, and I always got to be doing something. But at the same time, this is a company cannot operate like that. So I gotta build systems where my company operates whether I'm in it or not, and then once you fix that, then you could grow a business, or else you don't have a business. You have a job, a high paying job, and most people have a high paying job. And like I said, all these little things that I'm always working on the back end have to work without me, because then I'll get stuck on one little problem and then just trip out and be like, oh shoot. If I really wanted to, I could go and then hustle. Like I said, I work better under pressure. And some people literally can't handle the pressure, and you will have mental attacks of like the stress of like you could have a heart attack. You could the mental side of this could fuck you up, like really. Like I said, I don't know if this was because of stress or fucking an infection. I don't think it was stress, because I'm always stressed out. No, I'm not just kidding. I'm not stressed out. I don't really give a fuck. I'm addicted to this shit. You have to be addicted. And most people think they're like, oh yeah, it's because of girls. Like you want to have girls. It's like, number one, that's the reason I got rid of my Audi A5. I was like, I cannot have a personal car, because then I'm always doing stupid shit. And that's the reason also I'm always working, because if I'm not always working, then I get in trouble. Like I said, ever since I was little, I would always get in trouble. And if I'm not working, then I would be probably in prison or jail. So to me, staying busy is the only way I could not be in jail. Because if I'm bored, I'm down, you know. I get in trouble easily, and then you hear the praise like you're just at the wrong time. And I put myself in situations that are super risky, and I know that I'm like, damn, I shouldn't be here. I'm like, I could get fucking stabbed, or we could get into a fight. But like I said, I live in the chaos. Like I said, when they asked the people in that room that were not my age if they gambled, the night before, I was playing blackjack. Before, I was like, fuck, I gotta wake up. I got like 5 hours to sleep. And either way, I wasn't gonna be able to sleep, knowing me. So I just blacked out, woke up, went to the 2-day event. And that's how I operate. And most of these people were like, they take slow risk. They slowly take little moves. I'm like, fuck it, let's put it all in black. Let's put it all in red. Let's go. Either go home winning, or go home a loser. And honestly, most people, I don't think they're ready for this shit. Because it sucks. Every day you're just eating it. Every day you're getting attacked. Like you said, I woke up. Yesterday, I was in Disneyland getting attacked, and I was like, fuck this motherfucker. Because obviously, you could see it's a bot. You know how hard you work just to get shit on? That's basically the best example of entrepreneur. Every day you're getting shit on. Every day something's going wrong. Every day it's hell, but like you have to be addicted to this thing. And there's no other place I would rather be, because if I get a job and then if they tell me to do stupid little shit, I think I would go more crazy. If they told me like, hey, do this little job, it's like me, I'm always tripping out about efficiency. I'm always setting goals and meeting them. I was like, hey, like right now my goal was 100 reviews. How could we get to 100 reviews? Once I hit 100, then I'll be like, let's get to 200, 300, keep moving the bar. And that's just one of my little goals. There's hundreds of little stuff that I need to work on, that I was like, hey, let's double our customers. Hey, let's get over 1,000 followers on Instagram. It's little like sand. You're like little things. You're building a fucking like a mountain with little sand, like, and that's how you're doing it. You're just putting a little sand, and sand, and then people ask you like, how'd you get this far? It's like, dude, I've been doing this for fucking 10 years. It takes time, and like people think like it's gonna like randomly happen this fast, and most people quit. Like I said, I can't quit. I can't, either I'm too stupid to quit or too delusional to quit. And I don't know which one it is. And that's the definition of insanity. So doing the same thing, expecting different results. So but I'm not insane because I keep improving little things. You got to keep in mind, I also, when I went to Las Vegas last time, I drove a Porsche and a Corvette Z06 because they have that speedway where you could drive cars. And one of the biggest things was the guy that says that. I was like, dude, you know what? Most people that buy a Ferrari don't understand how to drive a Ferrari because they worked so hard and it took forever to buy the Ferrari. So it took them like 30 to 50 years to finally buy the Ferrari. And they don't understand. And me, I got the slowest car on the thing, which was the Porsche, or a regular Porsche 911, because I was like, dude, this the cheapest, and I wanted more laps. And they let you race around like 6 people. It's pretty cool. I recommend it. But I know the stats of these cars because I like cars. I was like, this car is only, around 5 to 10 seconds slower. So at that point, it's just the driver. So at that point, it's the experience of the driver that will make the lap time, So once I started ripping through it, you also have a guy next to you telling you how to drive and telling you what to do. And I started getting so good, I was ripping through people and I was passing people on way faster cars than me. And the guy was all like, pass. And I kept passing, I kept going. I almost spun the fuck out. And that's the crazy part about me. Like, I take massive amount of risk. I could have died, but I don't give a fuck. I was like, and I was passing cars, and that guy, like, after the race, he's like, holy fuck, you're smoking people that were lighter than you, and they had 100 plus horsepower on you. And I was like, is that good? And he's like, dude, you never drove the sports car? And I was like, nah, I had an Audi A5, but that's about it. And he's like, holy fuck. I was like, dude, if you got the Porsche GT3RS or the 4RS, you will be putting one of the fastest lap times, like top 10, like for the experience, And I was like, dude, I kind of want the Corvette Z06. What do you recommend? He's like, dude, get it. So I also drove the Corvette Z06 and I shaved off like 6 fucking seconds. And people don't understand that. They're like, 6 seconds is not a lot. But if you look at the Olympics, like the Olympics are won on point like 4 or 5 seconds, like nothing. But a normal person running, you get fucking smoked. And that's the little points, the littlest points in the equation is what makes a winner and a loser. And that's so fucking crazy to me. But the biggest thing is, like, most people also don't drive crazy like me because they're scared. They're like, I told you, because most people are slowpreneurs. They don't want to invest heavily. Like I said, every day I'm losing my shit. I'm like, fuck, I should have not dropped that much money on that. And I'm stressing out. But I'm telling you, that's a massive amount of risk make massive amount of rewards. And it's just like you're just slowly improving. And that, being me, I was like, I want to go a little bit faster, a little bit better, a little bit. And that's basically an entrepreneur. There is, even though I'm going against BlackRock and going against all these private equity companies, it's just like, I don't care. Like, I'm just going to keep going. And maybe it's because of the cartoons I watch, because people say TV doesn't influence you. But you got to keep in mind, I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, watching fucking, which is the other one that I fucking forgot? Fuck, I just forgot. See, this is my fucking head. That was another good example. Pokemon. Like, what does Pokemon say? I want to be the very best. It's like, I love fucking Pokemon when I was a kid. Dragon Ball Z. The number one thing is like, that motherfucker gets his ass beat every fucking day. And then what does he do? He trains and gets better and gets back the fuck up and then beats the fuck out of everyone else. So maybe watching Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon were the reason I am the way I am, because I was like, in my brain I was like, yeah, that's how it works. Like, never fucking give up. You're gonna get your ass beat every fucking day, but the only option is to get it back up and then keep working hard, keep training, and keep doing it again, and then fighting the same opponent again and beating his ass. So, like I said, I don't think I'll ever quit. Like, you know, like, I'm watching like the type of movies, like The Underdog, The Pursuit of Happiness is like one of the best movies. It's like you gotta be crazy, delusional, every day life hitting you, and you're just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, there's no option. There's no option, you know. That's why I love Eminem. I was like, damn. Like, every time I'm like not feeling it, like, I bust Eminem, it's like, damn, this motherfucker hits, you know? He's saying some facts. Like, I'm already at the trailer park. I'm already broke. I'm already in the hood. Like, let's get the fuck out of the hood, you know? But yeah, I don't know. If I rate entrepreneurship, it's not what it is. The chances of success is so low, like, but I think and then that's one of the biggest things, that if you need motivation and you need people to tell you, like, you could do this, I don't think you're meant for entrepreneurship, because I don't need a motivational speaker to tell me what to do. I'm just like, fuck this. Like, let's improve. And the way you improve is like setting little goals. Like, maybe let's not to get to 100 reviews, but let's say like, hey, like, how, like, asking your question, like, how could we get to 90 reviews by the end of the month, you know? How could we do that? Step. And next thing you know, you have 100+ reviews, and people do look at that shit, but people are not gonna get, like, you're not gonna get like 20 calls. But I do get calls, and then people are like, hey, I saw your review. You grow up, make a brand, and making a brand takes forever. But you do see success. It just takes forever. And like Alex Ramosi says, it's like, the reason you don't have a lot of pictures of fat people, when skinny people are like, I used to be fat as fuck, because you're ashamed of yourself when you're fat as fuck. I'm fat as fuck right now too, because all I do is stand behind the computer, but I'm working out. And most people won't post this. It's like me, like, and that's what he said. Like, you gotta. I wish I would post videos, and this is me listening to his advice, posting these videos, because this shit sucks. Every day I'm like, I don't want to. Every day I'm like, fuck, dude. I'm just like, I'm surprised I have hair. Some people go bald, but every day I'm like, God damn, there's some fucking bullshit again. But let's learn from our mistakes and keep going. And like I said, I know I'm probably gonna. I know I'm gonna be successful, but not because I'm the best. It's just like, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. And the if you win, even if you're going slow, if you give up, that person gives up at this place. Even though if you're all the way back here and you're still not giving up and you're still coming, eventually you will pass this person. And it's a game of not giving up. And like I said, if you need motivation people to tell you, like, come on, let's do this, let's get this money, let's do this, I don't think you're ready for this, because this shit sucks, dude. You're competing with a bunch of other motherfuckers. Like I said, I could pull the data. There's 5 other motherfuckers that got their license in my county that I want to be a licensed plumber. Also, I'm going against private equity that got millions of dollars that I don't have a fucking. I can't just go and drop millions of dollars on Google. It's slow. Like, I gotta like pick at it, slowly hit them out their weak spot. I gotta find the weak spot of my enemies, which is private equity, and slowly hit at them. And like I said, this enemy is super guarded. I can't. And then how do I get it? It's like I gotta be, and this is why I think America's the best country, because we you're built to fail. Like, what's my worst case scenario? I go bankrupt. Who gives a fuck? I could do it again. I could start another company. I could call it U.S. Plumbing Service 3.0. It like you could fail and no one gives a fuck. You're already a fucking loser. No one gives a fuck. You know what's crazy to me too? Is like to this day, like people don't know when Starlink is launched, and people think the first time I saw it, because I didn't know, I was like, fuck, and there was talks of war with Iran, not this time, but way before, and I was like, dude, I think we're getting nuked, and I was fucking scared. I was like, and then I looked it up, I was just Starlink again. But people don't even know what you're doing in the background, because you're a nobody. Even to the famous people in the world, no one knows who you are, and that's one of the biggest things where I was like, I don't want to post videos on myself. No one even knows who the fuck you are. You're never gonna be famous. Even when you do become famous, it's like you're not gonna get that fucking famous. Cause like I said, I like my privacy. I don't want to fucking be around people. That's just the type of person I am. I'm just like, I don't like this shit. I hate when people, especially because I know myself. It's not because if you stop talking, which has happened already, someone's like, "Are you the dude?" I was like, "What do you mean?" Before I even posted myself who I was, he's like, "Are you're the company? Is that you, or like is that what your boss?" I was like, "Yeah, it's me." And then we started talking for 10, 15 minutes. It's like, "Dude, I watch your videos." And then one of the funniest things is when someone says, "Well, dude, when I get older, or when I become older, like that's who I want to be." I was being told this when I was a fucking like apprentice slash no, when I was already a journeyman. I was like 22, 23, and I would have like 32-year-olds that were A1 apprentices, and be like, dude, I want to be just like you. Like when they grow up, I'm like, motherfucker, you're older than me. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? When you grow up, like, you're fucking older than me. And I think it's just age is irrelevant. It's just like what your experience is on and what you learn. Because I would depending on what you master in, I would take advice from a 17-year-old. I would never be um like let's say if I talk to someone that has 1 million YouTube followers, and he was 16, 17, I would take advice from him. I would go and be like, yo, what the fuck did you do? And then be like, I wouldn't take plumbing advice from him, but I would take, like, everyone has their skill, and I think age is irrelevant. And when someone has that skill, like for me, for my customers, I think why I have a good retention with my customers is because they know they could trust me with plumbing. I don't think they could trust me with their fucking taxes, but when it comes to plumbing, I feel like they'll listen to me, because I had way smarter people than me, like doctors, lawyers, and that they would listen to me, but they would never listen to me if I told them any legal advice. So I think age is irrelevant. I think you just gotta master one thing, and that's why everyone says what I've been mastering is plumbing slash construction and building. And a lot of people will probably ask, like, do you love this? I was like, yeah, yes, I would say I would love this, but it's more of the growing. And keep your worst enemy. Everyone talks about, like, oh, my ops enemy. One thing you'll realize that you have no enemies. Your biggest enemy is yourself, and I know that. Like, the biggest person that could fuck up my life is myself. The biggest person that is gonna, like, there's no such thing as enemies when you really think about it. Like, you think there's haters out there, they're not really. And it's just like it's you versus you at the end of the day. Like, no one gives a fuck about what you do. All you gotta do is just keep improving yourself, even a little bit at a time. If you could read 10 words a minute, let's try to hit 11 words a minute, 12. Like, and it's these little fucking improvements that makes a Porsche GT3 RS more than a Corvette ZR1. And it's like this is how I measure stuff. It's these little improvements that will take you to the next level. And everyone asks me, like, what is the biggest thing that is gonna take me from this to here? It's like, there's no magic. There's no, it's just, dude, the magic I could tell you is like, dude, I've been doing this for 11 fucking years. I've been plumbing for 11 years, so I know what not to do, and I learn from my mistakes. So, and school, well, the thing that sucks is school teaches you like don't fail, but in real life, failure is the best way to learn. Like fail, 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 fail. Every day you gotta wake up and fail. Like you gotta learn and fail because if you're not failing, you're not trying anything new. And eventually, you get repetition. When you get repetition, you get better. You got to keep in mind, you know how many times I tried making a video and then I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do this. Then right now I'm just like, I just rant. I just go for it. I don't give a fuck anymore. I never did, but it's just you just gotta go for it. Just take the risk. There is no risk. Like when you really think about it, the biggest risk is not taking risk. And that's my advice to be an entrepreneur. I think you just gotta be insane. I don't. A lot of people are slowpreneurs, and you could get really rich being a slowpreneur, but to be an entrepreneur, whew, as you can see, or some random motherfucker in India is attacking me, or it's private equity. I don't fucking know, but you're always getting attacked. So you just gotta learn how to get punched in the face. And I thank a lot to Dragon Ball Z for teaching me. Just get up and keep fucking going, keep training. But yeah, what do you guys think? Because a lot of you guys like watching me fucking talk of it. Apparently, I don't know if you guys watched the last 20 fucking minutes of me last time rant, but now we're at 31 minutes. So let me know, make a comment because I think most people think like the people think I'm successful because social media is so fake. I think everyone's, especially my friends, the people that went to college, are like, dude, I wish I was you. I was like, you're doing good, and you're like, oh, it's like, motherfucker, I'm broke. I'm broke. But one day I won't be broke, and it's not the goal. It's the side effects. Like once you get like 200 Google reviews, and you have 50 customers calling you a day. You gotta lose customers so you could charge more. Once you could charge more, there's more money at the table. Like overnight, it does happen. Success does happen overnight. It just takes over 10 years to do. Like that quote. It does look like I did this overnight, but this does not happen overnight. And you gotta be crazy. I'm low-key crazy.